Bruno, Ivo, we can see that more and more organizations are undergoing digital transition and embracing DevOps principles. So is it the same with organizations using mainframes?
It was started early, but only 5 years ago the mainframe started to become part of enterprise application architecture and started to incorporate all DevOps principles which are already in place on other platforms. But yes, the mainframe is there.
Can you share with us some examples of organizations using mainframe and embracing DevOps principles?
Recently we helped our customer to modernize their existing development lifecycle process. So previous solution was pretty rigid and was specific to mainframe environments. The new solutions was more like this general CI/CD pipeline, which we can see in Java development. So besides building tool, and we used, in this case, we used IBM's DBB, dependency-based build. Other tools which were used here, you can see everywhere else. For example, we used Ansible, we used Nexus, we used Sonar, we used UCD, Urban Code, we used GitLab and GitLab runners.
What are some typical challenges that you've seen in applying those principles to mainframe environments?
Well, depending, of course, there are some challenges. First of all, the customer itself needs to adopt agile principles in the technology world, in their infrastructure. And once when they are start to adopting that, first they need to do some analysis, and after that they need to set some goals based on analyze results on how they will implement DevOps culture in their environment.
So, is it possible today to build a deployment pipeline for mainframe environments just like one would do for a distributed environment? Like using all those typical tools like GitLab, GitHub, Jenkins, Ansible, and such tools?
GitLab CI/CD were used for like orchestrator. In this case, specific was use of IBM DBB, which was a build tool and packaging automation and similar things. After the build step is completed, then you have some artifact, and that artifact was pushed to Nexus. After that, combination of Urban Code deploy and Ansible were used for deploying that artifact to different environments. Of course, specific procedure is for test environment, specific procedure is for production environment, but like any other, it's pretty specific, and you can see the similar use case for any other applications. So besides using of this building tool, which is specific, everything else is similar, and if you, let's say, paint that process, it's very similar and comparable to any other process.
What would you say would be the good first steps for organizations with mainframe environments to start embracing DevOps principles?
First step is to choose what will be the minimum value product. So for some different type of languages, for example, if customer use COBOL, C++ or assembler, there is a need to set minimal goals which will prove that DevOps process is in place in right format as it was expected when the goal were set. So after the MVP goal is set, then the tool implementation is in place, and the CI/CD pipeline for the first programs should be tested.
So again, we are looking at iterative and incremental process of building this whole DevOps practice around our delivery process.
Definitely.
Ivo, Bruno, after hearing all of this, I guess there is absolutely no reason why any organization today using mainframes would be left out of modern DevOps practices.
in contrary, there are many other technologies which is incorporated into mainframe now, such as virtualization, cloud computing, and AI. And definitely, mainframe is the not platform which is step behind other technologies. So it is still a leading platform, if you ask me.
So good days ahead of mainframe and DevOps.
Definitely.
Yep.
Bruno, thank you for this conversation.
Yeah,
You're welcome. Thank you.